Hey guys, this is Sean. Welcome to my video. This is a tutorial on Shotcut, which is a free video editing software available online. I will be putting the link to the download in the description below. Having said that, let's get started. So once you guys have downloaded the software, this is the icon for it. Just double click and we'll get right into it. Now this is the custom or default setting that you get. The first thing that you'd want to know is how to open a file here. So just click here and down, just open any file, which is a video file here. I'll pause that. And now what we're missing is the timeline, which is supposed to come down here, where we'll actually get to cut and edit the entire video. So go up here and click timeline. Now there are two ways to add your video to your timeline. Either you click here and add video track, and then you can drag this out here like this. I'll remove that, remove this track. Or what you can do is, once you've opened this here, just click and drag it down here, and you'll create a video track over here. Now this is to zoom in and zoom out into your track over here. So you can make this bigger for more detailed editing, or go smaller if you want to cut out big chunks of it. Now the next thing that we'd want to know is how to add the audio part of our file. Let's say you've recorded the audio separately. Then you need to click here and add an audio track. And you see we have an empty track over here added. Now you follow the same procedure. Just click here, go down, hit on an audio track, and simply just drag and drop like so. Now this video is a beginner's guide, so I'm going to be keeping it pretty simple. I'm just going to be teaching you guys basic features. So first one would be cutting out stuff from your video. So let's say I do not want this part of my video. Now this white line here is basically going to tell you where you are at in your video timeline. So let's say I want to cut this part out from the audio and video, of course. I'll select it like this. Now there are two ways to cut this. Select your video and go here and click this, and you see you've made a slice over here. If you want to use the keyboard shortcut, which is S, you can do that as well. So just click the audio part and hit S on your keyboard, and you'll cut it right there. It's just the shortcut for this key here. Now once we finish cutting it, we want to remove it. So just click here, right click and say remove. Click, right click and say remove. Now let's say we want to cut out a middle part and put it at the end of the video. So nothing much, just cut it right in the middle like this, and hold and drag it to the end. Hold and drag it to the end. In the same way, you can add stuff from behind the video to a middle portion in your video. So just create some more space here and go ahead and add this part here again. Now of course you guys have noticed that there is some blank space over here. If I go here and I show you guys, you see this is like a preview to your video and you can't see anything here. So in order to remove this, to join both of these together, it's very simple. If you're in your audio part, click here and say remove, and it'll just join it here. Go to your video part, click, right click and say remove, and it'll join it right here. Now let's say we want to make a copy of this so that we have it in the middle as well as at the end, just of this portion. So select this. You can either right click and say copy, or you can go here and say copy. Now since you come at the end over here and you want to put it at the end, if you right click, you realize you do not have any paste option up here. In order to paste this thing over here, we need to drag this white line right at the end and then hit paste. And there are two parts of the same thing right now. Sometimes maybe you do not want to make such a big cut and you want to make minor changes over here. So let's say I'll just cut this part here so that I can demonstrate this, and I'll drag this out here. Now obviously this audio needs to match this video. All you need to do is click this and come here and just start dragging it into the video like so, and we've matched the audio to the video. Now aside from these basic editing features, you might want to add some filters. So just go up here and click, and this filters bar will open up. Now keep in mind, you have to select each cutout, whether audio or video, separately in order to add filters to them. In order to add a filter, simply click the plus sign and it will open the filters tab. So this tab has three options. This star mark is basically the favorites that you have, which you keep on using, and you can add and remove favorites. These are the default favorites. This is for video and this is for audio. Let's add a filter to the video part. So let's say brightness. I'll increase the brightness, and this is a preview, and you see the brightness isn't changing. Now that is because, as I told you at the start, this white line denotes where we are at in the video, and since this part of the video is selected, the filter is being added to only this part of the video. So we need to get our white line over here. So just simply click here, and you see there is a change in brightness over here. Now if we make any changes, we can see it over here in our preview. If you're happy with this, just leave it there and it will be just over there. The other portions are untouched. Let's say once I'm done with the color correction for this part of the video, I want this brightness for the entire video. I just simply need to copy and then go on each part and paste it like so. And now you see the entire video is with the same amount of brightness. You can go to the audio part, add a filter, and you can go to gain volume and reduce or increase your volume. Now let's go here and I'll play it a bit so that you can understand the difference in change in volume.
So I'll go and pick one. Let's say I'll pick
Now after we increase this volume,
you can set some custom dimensions which are placed.
that's the difference in volume once you've changed the settings with gain volume. Now there are a number of filters over here, so I suggest you guys go ahead and take a look at each one for your personal use. I'll show you guys how to add or remove favorite filters. So let's say I do not use rotate and white balance that much. So where you see this star mark, just click there and you'll remove that particular filter. In order to add a filter over here in your favorites, just go to one of the filters. I'm going to go and add text because I usually use text in every video. Go here and click this, and if you go to your favorites, you'll see that there is text added over here. Now let's go and add some text. The time code is basically default, so you will just get a timestamp in your video with this. But let's go ahead and write something here. Now as you see in your preview, you can't see anything. That is because, as I told you guys, I have selected the audio part, but I need to select the video part in order for this to be seen. Audio filters will work only on your audio section and video filters will work on your video section, so keep that in mind. So let's go and add text in the video part. Double click, and usually I say hit that like button, and you can change the color, which I usually pick red. And now a neat trick here is you can change the size right from here, and you can place it anywhere you want. Now let's say, for example, before that, there are many other options over here available as well. Go ahead and try out their basic options as to, where do you want it to be positioned and how much size and all of that. Now let's say you want this thing to run through the entire video. No need to like create these things again. Just make sure that you have this portion selected and say copy. And what we did with the brightness, basically the same thing. So I'll just paste it on one. Now you guys can notice that brightness got copied twice. So keep this in mind. It will basically double the times of brightness for you. So if you go here, you see the brightness is way too high. Now in order to cut out one of the filters, just click on any filter that you want to cut out and say, just hit the minus sign and you will cut out that filter. And now you see the text is running from here all the way to here. Please keep in mind that this is a quick start guide and not the detailed tutorial in order to use this entire software. I will be doing detailed tutorials on each and everything or each and every feature that you can use in this software. So after you're done with these basic things, you need to export your video. Now before that, I would suggest you save your workspace. That means saving this part of your video. You can do that by just clicking save, write a file name and save it. And basically once you've saved it, oh wait, let's just do it. Test and save. We've saved it. I'm going to shut this now. And I can go here and double click this. Select Shotcut to open it. And you see our workspace over here is just the way we left it. Now finally we want to export our video. Just click on export over here and you have a number of options up here, like some 2 billion options over here, and I do not use any of them except for one, which is basically YouTube. I have no idea how most of these other things work and what are they exactly used for, but of course you guys would know. So go ahead and feel free and use any of these options, and all of them are completely free. They come with the free version. So basically I have YouTube selected. These dimensions are already there for me and I just need to hit export file. We will name it temporary and say save, and you see it's rendering over here. Now I can right click this and say stop job. That means it's going to pause the job temporarily. I can right click and either say run, which will restart it again, or I can say stop job and I can say I will stop and I can say remove, and it's removed it. And I can go back, make my changes and say export again. If you guys want to know all the features that this software provides, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you learned something from this video, make sure you hit that like button to show your support. Until next time, take care.